trip, just overall thoughts on just what you guys were able to accomplish on that road trip.
I mean, you always want to be greedy, wish you got all of them, but, it was a heck of a road trip, especially with the travel we had to do, being all over the place. To come out, 3-1, can't ask for much more other than 4-0, but, I think we did a great job.
How do you characterize it? I mean, it obviously was kind of made known in that the Miami game that there was some words added at halftime. How much do you feel that really kind of sparked what you guys did and worked for the best for you?
I mean, it's needed. That's what happened in a long season. You're going to have moments like that that's needed. You're going to have moments like that where, it get escalated, and sometimes that bring the best out of you. That was one of those moments where guys just spoke up what we needed to do, and it came together.
Were you able to identify what was the concern?
I mean, it was just we was giving up a lot of easy shots. We wasn't physical. We wasn't letting the heat fill us. We were just kind of BSing, and we picked it up second half. So we just got on one another, holding each other accountable.
An overtime game, kind of ugly up there in Toronto. How do you look at that kind of playing over for this game with the Raptors tonight?
I mean, still a fresh game. When you lose a game like that, you want to kind of get your get back as soon as possible. And, this is an opportunity. Just a few days ago we played them. Now we got an opportunity to play them on our floor, and make up for everything that we did wrong.
Obviously they're missing a few key guys, but what did you make of that version and this version of the team?
Man, they compete, man. When in this league, you got a group of guys that compete at a high level for 48 minutes. That's all you can ask for. No matter if you have less talent or more talent, when you got a team that could compete, anything is possible every single night, and their record not indicative of the competitors that they are. You got to give them credit. They well coached. You got guys going out there playing their roles to the best of their ability. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be another tough one for us tonight, but, we need to get this one.
I know you spoke to it at the end of Saturday's game, but with a bit of distance, what did it mean to you to be there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always amazing, man. Like, just to see the atmosphere, to know the things that Vince did, not just for that city, but for that country. It's beyond basketball. And, to see the first jersey get hung up, rightfully so should be Vince. To see that, to witness that, to embrace him before the game, man, it was a special moment, especially with my history there. It was an honor to, be there.
What did it mean to you to be part of the video, and kind of what went into them reaching out to you to participate in it?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm embedded there. It's a second nature thing. Anything the Raptors need from me, I feel like I'm an extension of that family for the rest of my life. My basketball career foundation started there, so you can never take that away, no matter what. From the guys that was before me and anybody after me, it's you kind of have that embedded history that you're called to do things like that when somebody's special time is up.
It says a lot, though. I mean, given how I know it couldn't. Maybe it would have been harder to do a few years ago, but it's kind of impressive to me that you're having that view, given everything that went on.
Yeah, I mean, initially at first, when everything happened, it sucked. But when you really take a moment and look back, my 9 years there, the things I was able to do, the people I was able to meet, the relationships that I hold on to this day, it was so many memories that I would never change. Ever. Some people don't even have a career like I had in my 9 years in Toronto. So to be able to do something like that and like I said, be a part of that history forever, you find more and more appreciation as time go by, and that's how I feel about it.
Obviously the stuff with Drake is kind of gone a bit out of control, but I mean, what would it mean to you to be someone who had their number retired and maybe it's too early in your career to start thinking about those things, but
I mean, just for it to be mentioned, just for it to be a thing that's brought up as an option. When you think about Kyle, when you think about, before Vince, it was always Vince, and when you think about, me, it's just a humbling, gesture even when I hear it, you know, because listen, man, I was a kid from Compton that moved to Canada that didn't know nothing about nothing. I never would have imagined that I'd be the leading scorer. Whatever records I hold there, I never in my life would have imagined that. So when I look back at my time there, it's something that I'm beyond humbled, appreciative of, because no one will ever supersede my 9 years in my first 9 years in the league. No matter where I play, you know, that is a staple of who I am. You know, so for me, when I hear that, it's humbling. The time come, if it do come, best believe I'm pretty sure I'll be up there crying like Vince. So.
Kyle might never quit, so you can get in before him. Not that I'm trying to get you out of the league.
I will hope Cal goes way before me. I hope so. But even if Cal go up there, just the thought of, you know, my best friend, just somebody I created so many moments, having that opportunity, like me being able to be there and witness and share that moment with him, like I think about that more than anything.
You feel like you could play longer than Vince?
Shit, no.
You know, being a West Coast guy, being on a team here that's really good, got high expectations. I mean, how meaningful is this for you at this stage of your career?
I mean, it's like I said, man, being 16 years in, you know, I texted my trainer last night and told him, like, you know, the things that people don't see that we do in the off season, you know, maybe I'll never fully be appreciated to, you know, whenever I walk away from the game, but the things I'm able to do at 35, 16 years in, you know, you know, I found myself just having a moment kind of last night texting my trainer just saying, like, you know, we really put everything into this, and to still be doing this and still be appreciated, still to be looked at as a high-level player in this league, that's all you can ask for, you know, because it's so quick to have a narrative of getting old, digress, you know, all that. You know, I don't believe in that because I really love the game and I put so much into it to, you know, continue to get better every year.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
It's a 3-1 trip. I mean, comes at a good time, I imagine, for you guys. What's the biggest thing you took away from that, and I guess how pleased were you with the results?
Oh, I mean, I think like half the Miami game, I think we were really good. In the second half, being able to fight back and win that game, and then I think the majority of the Atlanta game, obviously, we'd rather have not let it become that as close as it was, but we ended up, you know, getting a win. But you just try to look at the positives. You know, how good were we defensively in some of those stretches, and things like that. You just try to replicate it.
Does it make that Toronto loss sting that much more?
I mean, it's a game that we should win, and obviously we get another chance at it tonight.
We talked about DeMar a minute ago about just obviously the words that were spoken in the locker room at halftime in Miami. How much was that needed, and what were y'all trying to clean up?
I mean, we knew we needed to be better, and I think they hit like 11 threes in the first half. So coming out in that third quarter and only giving up 17 points, only giving up 1 3, we definitely responded.
And just obviously Davion, you know, he's making his return here tonight. Just what do you feel he's meant for the Raptors and what they've been able to accomplish early on?
I mean, obviously with him and obviously RJ and IQ, you know, it's, 3 guys that have been in the playoffs, have been able to play in tough series. So being able to be on a young team like that, it just allows them to obviously let them know what their experience is like, and then just being able to lead a young team. And obviously everybody knows Davion's work ethic, and seeing it with guys that are, you know, first coming into the league, being able to see that is definitely great for any young player.
What do you remember most about him as a teammate, Sharon?
I mean, Davion's obviously a worker, and then defensively he gets after you, you know, night in, night out, you know, every possession of the game. So, I mean, I think that's always the biggest takeaway whenever you're able to play with Davion, just being able to see the work that he puts in, and what he does defensively definitely drives the team.
These games, especially on that road trip, kind of coming down those last 2 minutes, how much do you think, you know, you guys being in those situations is kind of preparing you for the long-term portion of the season? Yeah,
I mean, being able to gel together, obviously you'd love to win in a blowout fashion, but being able to play close games, being able to win close games definitely helps the team throughout the course of the season, because, you know, once you get to the later parts of the season in the playoffs, you know, most games are going to be close.